What have you learned through audience feedback?
When deciding on a target market for our trailer, we found that it would appeal to teenagers and young adults due to the protagonist being a teenager. We also felt it could appeal to parents due to the storyline and the emotional narrative. We focused on the 17 to 18-year-old age group when gathering our target audience feedback. We felt that this focus group would have the biggest impact and ideas for our storyline as they are able to relate. For one of our interviews, we created a social realism mood board and asked them to say what the representations they got from this. Here is a short clip.
Dark, emotional. It makes me think
We felt this was beneficial as we were able to develop ideas and recognise specific areas that the target audience would be interested in. From this, we collected the following information: drugs, alcohol abuse, loneliness and homelessness.
Audience feedback is important as you are able to gather views and opinions from the target market for your media product. Throughout the process, we knew that it was important to gather as much feedback as possible as this would help to adapt our film trailer. Without audience feedback, we wouldn't know what conventions to include that would fulfill the audience expectations. We felt the best way to gain audience feedback was through interviews and questionnaires. We also created a voting poll for our film trailer name, which can be found on the blog. The main use for our questionnaire was after our first draft, as we could see the improvements that needed to be made in order to attract the audience. The interviews were very helpful as you were able to sit with different people and gather knowledge about their expectations. On Friday the 7th of February, we attended a media studies screening where we showed our film trailer to the rest of the year. We created questionnaires in order to gain both positive and negative responses from the audience. The feedback was as follows: edit the music, better quality, clearer storyline, introduction of new characters, edit structure of trailer, edit length of cut.
Interviews are beneficial as you can gather personal responses, have visible reactions and expressions to the questions, and you have the ability to ask questions when they answer and explain detail of answers. Benefits of questionnaires
Anonymity
are
and
therefore
therefore
it's reviews easier and it's an easier way to gather feedback.
Throughout our media project, we decided to create a variety of social networking sites. These included Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube.
From the comments that we got, we received constructive criticism as well as positive feedback. They felt we needed to add a voiceover, make flashbacks more obvious, and make it look more professional. We did this by merging the music and the voiceover together on GarageBand. We used a young protagonist voice as this portrays innocence.
From Vladimir Prop's theory, as well as having a protagonist, there needs to be a villain, which we showed through an older man's voice in the voiceover.
When gaining feedback, the focus group said that they felt sympathy for the younger Mandy, which was our intention. We used effects such as fade in, echo, and panning to create a sense of empathy.
Overall, we learned a lot through target audience as it enabled us to change, adapt and develop our media product to what it is in the final trailer. As a group, we thought the questionnaire feedback was the most important and beneficial to our film trailer as it allowed us to develop and incorporate different ideas.
Tried to vary the target audience research as much as possible to make it more interactive, as we felt we would gain more feedback.